Hey everyone, welcome back to Team Mattymon. I hope your 2018 has been going well. It's been going well for me. It's been a lot of changes and a lot of kind of transitions, but it's been good. As you can see, my ceiling is almost fixed. There's no hole there anymore, but I'm waiting for it to be painted. Other than that, I think things have been well. I've been trying to kind of just take every day, one day at a time, and just, trying to see what life is kind of throwing at me. Um, but yeah, I hope 2018 has been treating you well. Today we're going to talk about this culture of outrage and how we as individuals can choose not to be like that and choose instead to be educators in a world where people expect you to be perfect. So I think, and this is not something that's new that's come to me. I've taken some kind of months to kind of stew it over, and there are people that are online that also have talked about this before. We have this problem right now where the vast majority of people, especially people that are online, tend to immediately, when they see something that they don't like, attack or go on the offensive or get really upset with that person. And it's a knee-jerk reaction, right? You read something, you're like, oh, I'm so mad about this. I'm immediately going to just throw this, this comment. I'm going to be angry about it. And I mean, you have every right to be angry. You have every right to be upset, right? Especially if some of the comments or some of the things that you read online hit a little bit close to home. I don't think people necessarily has strong views about things if they didn't have any hurt or pain behind that comment, or didn't have maybe just that one bad experience, that one bad encounter or whatever, or they were fed some type of information or that kind of stuff, or they were candy picking facts, and I don't hold it against them because I myself have my own prejudices as well, and I'm working on them. And just because I'm working on these things doesn't mean that I expect other people to be at this point of their mental stage in life where they're questioning themselves and they try to work through things. Because I know myself that the things that I think and the way that I feel and the really, really kind of like adamant kind of beliefs that I have in life are due to results of my upbringing, my experiences, and my hurts and my pains and my feelings. And I've been trying to slowly unpack them and think about kind of where I've gotten to that point where I decided that this is always the way this is going to be and it's not going to change. And I had to tell myself, is that really correct? And I'm really happy that I'm on that journey, and I'm hoping that you guys are on that journey as well. Instead of being angry about people and their ignorance or their bigotry or their lack of compassion or whatever, instead of doing that, why not choose to be educators? Why not choose to, instead of being angry with someone because they're so dumb about not knowing something, be like, oh, this is some person who might not have heard my perspective on the situation, and I would love to share with them my perspective. And as much of a kind of neutral, non-offensive, non-angry type of way. I want to communicate with them kind of how I think and how I feel, and in the hopes that they are open and receptive to that, because I've decided not to rebut them with anger and immediately put them on the defensive. And obviously it's difficult to do, especially if someone is saying things that are very hurtful to you. But I think that we owe everyone a chance, no matter how vulgar or how vile they might be. We owe them a chance to at least try to explain how we think and feel about something in as much of a controlled way as possible. Knowing that the only person that you can control in the situation is yourself, right? The only feelings you can control are yourself. And if that person, after listening to what you say, disregards it, then that's fine. Then, you know what, maybe that person doesn't deserve to be in your life. But if you get your point across and that person listens to you and gets a different perspective, the result doesn't have to be the fact that they believe what you say or agree with you, right? But the fact that you've challenged them and now they have a different perspective on something, I think you've done good. I think it really honestly does take one person at a time to, you know, to share your experiences, to share your education, to share kind of how you think and feel about something. And hopefully they'll share with you back. And maybe through this exchange, he'll understand or she'll understand more of how you think and how you feel, and vice versa. And we can be a little bit more human, and we can be a little bit more loving to everyone. And like I said before, it might not work for everyone. There are some people out there who just, it doesn't really matter how well articulated you are, or how loving, or how patient, or how kind, or whatever you are. They're just not going to listen, and you're not going to be able to change them. But that's not the point. Not the point is not to change them. The point is to take the role of an educator and be like, oh, instead of being angry about this person and how they don't understand anything, they be like, oh, they might not understand this, and I have a perspective, or maybe I have a little bit more expertise in the situation or in this discussion. I would love to share with them, and if they are open to listening, great. And if they're not, that's unfortunate, but that's okay. My job in life is not to convince people that I'm correct. My job in life is to share with them kind of how I think and feel. And if I find people who are in common, or people who challenge me, but in a way that nurtures who I am, keeps me healthy, mentally and physically, and they're always thinking about me before they're saying things, then I think you've found a good friend, or a new friend, or at least a comrade in life. I think that there is always a place for anger, but I think that we use it too liberally. Honestly, there aren't that much things in life that are happening that deserves our undying, fiery hatred or frustration or anger. If we take a step back, we realize that actually a lot of things can be solved if we just take a quick breath, hold our tongue, gather our thoughts, and speak in a well-articulated, calm, and kind way. I think that we can always learn a couple of pages from our educators and the teachers that we've had, and see how patient they've been with us. And hopefully we can be patient with people that are there as well. Just remember, we're not all on the same part of our road in our journey in life. But if you have some type of compassion, education, experience, or love, or whatever, see if you have the heart to share it with people and give them a piece of your mind in a loving way. So I think that's my stream of consciousness done. I hope I made some sense. I just think that there are times that we can take a step back and not be angry. You don't have to convince everybody in life. Just stay true to yourself. As always, please subscribe, share, like, join the team. I'll see you guys next month in March for another From the Heart. Love you guys. Bye.